Now listen to that rain. Ho 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 ho. It's horrible out. Well, this is today's project anyway. It's a voice that was in the garage when we first moved in. It opens, or it's locked, kind of closed. This twists, but it doesn't seem there's something wrong inside it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart, see what's wrong with it, see if I can fix that, and then I'm going to clean it down and give it a hit with the wire wheel as well as maybe the flat disc, and give it a paint or something like that. It'd be handy to have another one of these voices here. It's a work zone, so it's a fairly standard one, but it still does the job. It has a nice little anvil part here. It's a nice large size, and I already have one like this on the welding bench, but it would be handy to have a second one. So this is what we do today. Well, it's open, and I used the wire wheel to take down some of the crap that was on it. It's looking much better. I was able to shine up the teeth as well. They're still in good condition. There's no major issues with it. It's kind of dirty inside, so I'll need to clean that out with a bit of methylated spirits or something like that, and then give it an oil up and then start to put back together. It doesn't seem to be an issue. There was something that slipped over one of the pins that was inside to hold the spring. On this end is the shaft goes in here, and then there's a spring, and then there's a washer, and then there's a pin that goes through the bar. And the pin was, well, it was broken basically, so the washer and the spring was able to go up, so when you tried to unlock it, it wouldn't go anywhere because you were just feeding it out of this part here. So I have that out. I have a new pin for it, and what I'm going to do now is test fit everything back together and make sure it works. Then I'll take it apart, mask off a few of these things. I'll mask off those in here and the anvil, and I'll spray it up, probably a blue, just like this is. But I've no lacquer for the spray, so maybe I won't paint it just yet, but I'd say it'll go blue. I have a silver spray, which is a lacquer included apparently. I don't really believe in those kind of things, but it's much nicer than it was, and it's nice to have this done. Oh, I missed a bit. I'll have to get that bit. I'll come back to that. Anyway, see you later. So this pin needs to go into this hole, and there's so much tension on this spring with the washer behind it. I can't actually get it back far enough to be able to get the pin in without the washer twisting and covering up the hole on the bottom, or the thing just firing back at me. And I tried to put a few things in here to push it down, but it keeps slipping off. So what I need to do is take this piece of pipe that I have, it'll focus. I'm going to cut a line, basically cut it in half all the way up, so it's a kind of a semi-circle of a tube, and then I'm going to notch a piece out at the top wide enough for that hole, and slide it in here, crank this until it starts to push against the washer to a point where I can see this, and then pop that pin in. This thing is, I swear to God, I didn't anticipate it to be as difficult. I don't have one of those pliers with the bend on the top to be able to pull them back, so I'm trying to think of other alternatives to be able to put that pressure on. So I'll give this a shot and we'll go from there. Well, that didn't work, but I was able to get the long nose pliers and put some pressure against the washer and the back of the unit itself to give me enough, in here, to give me enough pressure to force that back and slot in the pin, the old pin, with another long nose pliers. But yeah, it's done, it's working, it's got some good grip. It's a little hinky, a little bit tight, a couple little modifications I need, but the bottom works fine, the latches work fine, the anvil's straight, and the teeth match fairly well when they come together. So that's about it. I oiled it up, I oiled everything. I'm not going to do a paint job on it just yet anyway, if I am at all. I didn't touch the likes of the chrome bars because they're going to get a lot of use anyway, and I don't have anything really to look after chrome. I can take it back to the steel underneath, but you know, I'm not even going to bother. I might wrap it with insulating tape or some rubber, heat it up, and then have it cling to it, but it might not go through there if I do that, so I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. It's like a secondary backup voice anyway, so it's good to have. It's a nice strong one. It's in pretty good nick, and that's it. Job finished finally with only minor injuries.